I'm Todd Banner. Welcome to my channel. Well, I was kind of going back and forth on doing this video, but I think it's kind of an important thing, so here goes. Recently, within the past week, there was a paper published in Nature, so one of the scientific journals, and it was talking about the situation in the Arctic, especially with the Arctic Ocean, and that they're projecting, given on how much we are able to control our emissions of greenhouse gases, but they are projecting that the Arctic Ocean is going to lose all of its ice cover in a fairly short amount of time, possibly as short as a decade. And this is a big deal because all of that ice covering that ocean, ice and snow, reflects sunlight back into space. And when you have blue ocean water, it only reflects the blue light basically into space, and the rest of the light gets absorbed. And that light energy gets converted into heat. Molecules start vibrating more, things warm up. Which brings up a situation where you're going to have water warmer than the ice, obviously, surrounding the entire North American continent, actually surrounding Eurasia. Which also means that water is going to have currents, and warm water is going to start coming into those areas. So the reason I'm doing this is I think it's important. Number two, as far as YouTube photographers, like travel and landscape photographers, I've seen exactly one mention climate change. And he did it a few years back on a trip to Greenland, where he saw with his own eyes the effects. And I don't think he said much about it after that. And I'm not going to name names. Some of you probably know who I'm talking about. And I don't believe that I read the comments and saw any pushback. I would imagine that he got a lot of pushback because there's just people who are in complete denial of what's going on. But back to the situation with the Arctic and warming in general, what's going on is winter, at least in the Northern Hemisphere, is dwindling. This year, and really in the past several years, we have had very mild winters for the most part. This year, winter was like a week long, to be honest. We had one Arctic outbreak where the polar vortex broke down, which spun off some very cold weather down here. It got really, really cold. I mean, minus 20 Celsius. That's cold. Because I think this is important, what I decided is that I would look back through my images of winter. And of course, I have a lot. But what I did was I found most of the ones that I keyworded. There's more that I could just look up by month to find, and put together just images of winter. It's about a 2.5 minute long slideshow. I think people need to realize that winter is going to become a thing of the past. I mean, it's rapidly dwindling now. Things that you enjoy doing because it's winter, like outdoor snow sports and photography, honestly, because in this part of the country, this part of the world, this winter, there is very little snow. And when there's very little snow, there's not much outside you can photograph because, quite frankly, it's just brown and drab. So, white Christmases. You like white Christmases? I remember when I was a kid, it was a big deal. Is there going to be a white Christmas? And a fair number of years there was. Some numbers of years there weren't. But those are going to go away. Now, this is probably the last video that kind of, on this channel, that I'm doing that kind of moves outside the realm of photography, although I think it's related. I've set up another channel. Haven't really come up with a name for it yet. I'm not going to ask for input on names or I'll end up with something silly like Toddy McToddface. So Going forward, I'm going to have that channel. I'm probably not going to do as many videos over there, but when there's things like this that I think are important, they're going to go over there because I'm going to try and keep this photography focused. So, as far as comments are concerned on this one, they're going to be held for review. I am not interested in debating anti-science people. I don't, or at least try not to debate flat earthers, anti-vaxxers, climate science deniers, and, creationists. I don't do it. Because as I said in a previous video, debating people like that is like playing chess with a pigeon. They knock over all of the pieces, crap all over the board, and then strut around like they won. There's just no point. It doesn't matter how much evidence you present. It's not going to change their minds. The important thing is, since polls show that the majority of people understand where we're at and understand that what's happening and that we have to do something about it, their numbers are far greater than deniers. I'll kind of close this with saying, over on the professional social media site, whenever somebody posts something about climate change, the trolls come out. And if you look at those trolls, you see that a whole lot of them either are employed in or do something related to the legacy energy companies. Enough of my talking. Here's that little slideshow. Thank you for watching. If you do have a comment and you're nice, please leave it. I'll review it. I'll approve it. I'm Todd Banner. I'll see you next time.